The sound of shouting echoed in the driveway of the huge glass mansion. "Are you blind, Eli?" Mr. Kane screamed. "Do you see this scratch on my car?" Eli's hands shook as he looked at the long black car. On the back door, there was a small, thin scratch. Hard to see from far, but very clear up close. Eli softly, "Sir, I can explain." Mr. Kane stepped closer, his expensive shoes clicking on the marble floor. His voice was loud enough for all the staff to hear. "Mr. Kane, explain? You scratched a car worth more than your whole life." The guards, the gardener, even the maid, Grace, stood frozen. No one dared to speak. Eli's eyes filled with tears. "Please, sir, I really need this job. My son is sick." Mr. Kane cut him off, waving his hand. "People like you always have a story. I don't care. You are fired. Right now." Eli's lips trembled. His shoulders dropped. He looked at the floor. Eli whispering, "Sir, please." Mr. Kane pointed to the gate. "Get out. And never come near my house again. A scratch on my car is enough to end your career." The camera outside the gate blinked a tiny red light. It saw everything. If you saw this moment in real life, what would you feel? Anger? Sadness? Or both? No one knew that this small scratch was hiding a truth. A truth that would soon destroy the pride of the billionaire. That morning had started like any other day. The sun was just rising when Eli reached the mansion. His shirt was old but clean. His shoes were worn out, but he had polished them carefully. He touched the photo of his little son in his wallet and smiled. Eli to himself, "Just hang on, Daniel. Baba will bring your medicine today." Inside the mansion, everything was shiny and bright. The marble floors, the crystal lights, the big staircase. It looked like a hotel, not a home. Mr. Kane was a famous billionaire. He owned hotels, malls, and a big car company. People on TV called him a man of vision. But the staff knew another side. The side that shouted, insulted, and crushed people with words. In the dining room, Mr. Kane sat with his teenage daughter, Mia. She scrolled on her phone, barely listening. "Mia, Dad, you're trending again. Another video of your speech about kindness and respect. People love you." Mr. Kane smiled proudly. "Of course. That's branding, sweetheart." Grace, the maid, quietly placed a cup of coffee in front of him. Her hands shook a little. She remembered what happened last week when she accidentally spilled a drop. He didn't hit her. But his words hurt more than any slap. After breakfast, Eli stood by the front door, ready. "Eli, good morning, sir." Mr. Kane only nodded. "Car. Now. I have a meeting." Eli rushed to the garage. He opened the door of the black luxury car like it was a treasure chest. He loved this car. Not because of money, but because he respected it. He drove carefully through the city. Red lights reflected on the shiny hood. People turned their heads to look at the expensive car passing by. On the way back home, something happened. As Eli turned into a small side street, a little boy suddenly ran out onto the road. A younger kid chased after a rolling ball, not seeing the car at all. Eli's eyes went wide. His heart jumped. Eli shouting, "Ya Allah!" He turned the steering wheel hard to the side. The car brushed against a wall with a loud scrape. The sound made his heart stop. The car jerked to a halt. Eli jumped out, ran to the boy, and pulled him close. The boy was shaking but safe. A mother came running. Mother crying, "My son. Oh my God, thank you, thank you." Eli, breathing fast. "He's okay. Just be careful next time. Cars can be fixed. Children cannot." His own hands were trembling. Sweat covered his forehead. He turned and looked at the car. The back door had a long scratch from the wall. His stomach dropped. Eli whispering, "Ya Allah. Mr. Kane is going to kill me." Still, he got back in the car and drove to the mansion. He decided he would tell the truth. He hoped, just a little, that his boss would understand. But sometimes rich people don't see hearts. They only see money. As soon as Eli reached the driveway, Mr. Kane came out. He was already angry because of a phone call. "Mr. Kane, you're late." Then he saw it. The scratch. His face changed from annoyed to pure rage. And that's when the shouting started. The insults. The humiliation. The other staff watched in silence. Grace stared at Eli with sad eyes. Guard 1 whispered, "Poor guy. He's not a bad man." Guard 2, "Sure, you want to lose your job too?" Eli fell to his knees. "Yes." In front of everyone. Eli crying, "Sir, I turned the car to save a little boy. He was going to die. I swear I didn't do it for fun. Please, listen to me." Mr. Kane laughed coldly. "Mr. Kane, what a cheap drama. You think I'm stupid? You ruined my car and now you tell stories." He leaned down close to Eli's face. Mr. Kane, slow and cruel. You are nothing. Just a driver. If you disappear today, nobody will remember you. But this car is worth more than your entire family. Those words cut deeper than a knife. Mia watched from the balcony upstairs. She could see Eli's shoulders shaking. She could see her father's angry face. She also saw something else. The red blinking light of the security camera above them. Mr. Kane turned away. Pack your things and leave. You're finished. Eli wiped his tears. He stood up slowly, his back bent like he was carrying the whole world. He looked one last time at the mansion. Eli in his heart. Ya Allah, you saw what happened. You know the truth. I leave it to you. He walked out of the gate. The staff went back to work like nothing happened. But Grace muttered under her breath. This is not the end. And she was right. Because the truth was already recorded. And it was waiting to be exposed. The same night, someone in the mansion decided to check the security footage. What they saw made their blood run cold. That evening, the mansion was quiet. Mr. Kane sat in his home office, looking at his laptop. He didn't think about Eli anymore. In his mind, drivers were replaceable. Cars were not. His phone buzzed. Mia texting. Dad, can you come to the living room? It's important. He frowned. What now? In the living room, the big TV screen was already on. Mia stood there with the remote in her hand. Her face was pale. Grace stood at the corner, nervous, holding a tray of water. Mr. Kane, what is this, Mia? I have work. Mia took a deep breath. Mia, just watch this, Dad. She pressed play. On the screen, the security camera footage started. It showed the outside gate, the street, the moment Eli was driving the car back home. They saw the little boy suddenly run into the road. They saw Eli turn the wheel sharply. They heard the sound of the car scraping against the wall. The mother ran. Eli jumped out. He grabbed the boy and pulled him to safety. You could see his face clearly. Fear. Shock. Relief. Then came the words that Eli spoke. Eli, in the video, cars can be fixed. Children cannot. Mia's hands shook as she paused the video. The room went silent. You could hear only the soft buzzing sound of the TV. Mr. Kane stared at the screen. His throat went dry. Mr. Kane, softly, play the rest. Mia pressed play again. Now the video showed the driveway. Eli arriving with the scratch. Then the scene from that morning. They watched Mr. Kane screaming. They watched him call Eli nothing. They watched him say his car was worth more than the driver's whole family. Grace looked down, her eyes wet. She had seen it live. But watching it again on screen felt even worse. Mia covered her mouth with her hand. Tears formed in her eyes. Mia, voice shaking. Dad, do you hear yourself? He felt like the floor under him was moving. He had always thought of himself as a strong, successful man. A leader. Now, on the screen, he looked like a monster. Mr. Kane whispered, Who else has seen this? Grace spoke softly. Sir, the cameras auto-back up to the security cloud. I didn't show anyone, but I think the tech team can see it too. Mia bit her lip. Mia, Dad, that's not all. She picked up her phone and opened a social media app. There, already spreading fast, was a video. Billionaire fires driver for saving a child's life. Watch how he treats him. The same footage. Same words. Millions of views. Thousands of comments. Heartless man. How can a human speak like this? I will never buy anything from his company again. Mr. Kane's heart dropped. Mr. Kane panicking. Who posted this? Who recorded it? Grace's eyes went wide. She stepped back. Mia looked at Grace, then at her father. Mia, quietly. It doesn't matter who posted it, Dad. The question is, why did you act like this? If you were Mia, what would you say to your own father in this moment? The phone rang. It was Mr. Kane's business partner. Partner on speaker. Kane, what have you done? Our shares are crashing. People are calling to cancel deals. They say you are cruel and fake. Get that driver back and fix this now. The line cut. Mr. Kane was no longer the powerful man on the news. He was a man trapped by his own actions. Mia's voice broke the silence. Mia, you always told me to respect people. But today, you insulted a man who risked his life for a child. She pointed at the frozen frame of Eli holding the little boy. Mia, crying. That could have been me one day. What if someone saved me and you treated them like this? Those words hit him harder than anything. For the first time, shame burned inside Mr. Kane. His chest felt tight. His eyes stung. Mr. Kane whispering, Where does he live? I need to find him. Grace stepped forward. Grace softly, I know, sir. Eli told me once. But I don't know if he will want to see you. Mia wiped her tears. Mia firm. He deserves to hear sorry from you. Not in a text. Not on TV. In front of his face. The billionaire who insulted him in front of everyone was now getting ready to go to a poor neighborhood to ask for forgiveness. The next morning, something happened outside Eli's small house that no one in that street had ever seen before. A black luxury car stopped there, and the man who stepped out was the same billionaire who once said, "You are nothing." Eli's house was tiny. 2 rooms, a small kitchen, and a narrow balcony where clothes hung to dry. Paint was peeling from the walls. The door was a bit broken at the corner. Inside, Eli sat on a simple mat, his back against the wall. His son Daniel lay beside him with a small toy car in his hand. Daniel, weak but smiling. "Baba, will you take me in the big black car again one day?" Eli forced a smile, but his eyes were tired. Eli, softly, "Inshallah, one day, my son." He had spent the night thinking about how to pay the rent and buy medicine now that he had no job. His heart was heavy, but he still tried to stay gentle with his boy. Suddenly, he heard loud whispers outside. Children shouting. Neighbors talking. Look, look. That big car. Is that a movie shoot?" "No, that's Mr. Kane." Eli frowned and stood up. He opened the door. There, on the dusty street, stood the same black luxury car. The scratch was still there. Mr. Kane stepped out, not in his usual proud way. His shoulders were slightly bent. His eyes looked unsure. Beside him was Mia, holding her phone but not recording. She was just there to support, to push him to do the right thing. The neighbors stared. Some took out their phones. Some crossed their arms, angry. They had seen the viral video too. Eli's heart pounded. Eli, shocked. "Sir? What are you doing here?" For a moment, Mr. Kane said nothing. He looked around at the small houses, the narrow street, the curious faces. This was not his world of glass and marble. He took a deep breath. Mr. Kane, loudly, "Eli. I came here to say. I was wrong." The street went silent. Even the birds seemed to stop. Mr. Kane stepped closer. His voice shook. "Mr. Kane, I watched the camera footage. I saw what really happened. You didn't scratch the car by mistake. You turned it to save a child. You put a life above my car. Above my pride." He swallowed hard. His eyes were red. "Mr. Kane, you are a better man than me." Eli's eyes filled with tears again. But this time, they were mixed with confusion. "Eli, sir, why are you telling me this?" From the doorway, Daniel peeked out, clutching his toy car. Mia saw him and smiled sadly. Mia, softly, "Is that your son?" Eli nodded. "Yes. This is Daniel." Mia knelt down so she was at Daniel's height. Mia, gentle. "Hi, Daniel. I'm Mia. Your Baba is a hero, you know that?" Daniel's eyes lit up. "Really?" Mia, nodding. "Yes. He saved a child's life. That's what real heroes do." Mr. Kane looked at the little boy, then at Eli. "Mr. Kane, Eli. I shamed you in front of everyone. I spoke like you were nothing. But because of your mercy, a mother still has her child. I came here to apologize." Then, something happened that nobody in that street would ever forget. The billionaire. The man everyone had only seen on TV and magazine covers. Bent down on his knees. Right there, on the dusty ground. He looked up at Eli with tears in his eyes. "Mr. Kane," voice breaking, "I am sorry. Please forgive me." Gasps spread through the crowd. Phones recorded every second. One neighbor whispered, "This is karma." Another said, "Allah is just." Eli stepped back, shocked. No one had ever seen a rich man kneel in front of a driver like this. Eli's hands shook. Eli softly, "Sir, please stand up. You don't need to." "Mr. Kane, no. I do need to. Not for the cameras. Not for business. For myself." He slowly stood up again. "Mr. Kane, I lost deals. People are boycotting my company. They say I am heartless. And they are right. This is my punishment. But I don't want to lose my soul too." He took an envelope from his pocket and handed it to Eli. "Mr. Kane, this is your full salary for the year, and extra for your son's treatment. It's not charity. It's a small part of what I owe you." Eli hesitated, then slowly took it. "Mia, we also want you to come back, Eli. But not just as a driver." Eli blinked. "What do you mean?" Mr. Kane cleared his throat. "Mr. Kane, we are starting a new safety program in my car company. To train drivers how to protect lives first, not just cars. I want you to be the head trainer. You will teach others what you did that day. You'll have a better salary, better position, respect." The crowd murmured. From the window, Grace watched the video live on her phone. TV reporters were already talking about the billionaire who knelt to his driver. Some people would say he did it to save his image. But deep inside, he knew this was real. The guilt had changed him. Eli looked at his son. Daniel, smiling weakly. Baba, now you can buy my medicine? Eli's eyes filled with tears again. He nodded. Eli, voice soft but strong. Yes, my son. Inshallah. He turned back to Mr. Kane. Eli calm. Sir, I forgive you. Not because you are rich, but because I want my heart to be light. He paused, then added, I will accept the job. But only if you promise one thing. Mr. Kane, anything. Eli, promise me you will never again say that a car is worth more than a human life. Mr. Kane felt his throat tighten. Mr. Kane, I promise. In fact, I will tell the whole world that I was wrong. And he did. A week later on live TV, Mr. Kane stood next to Eli and Daniel. He told the full story. He admitted his cruelty. He praised Eli's courage. The same people who once praised him for business now respected him for his honesty and change. But in their hearts, they knew. The real hero was still the poor driver who saved a child and forgave a rich man. Eli walked into his new job with his head high. He was still simple. Still humble. But now when people looked at him, they saw respect. And every time Mr. Kane walked past the black car with the old scratch, he didn't get angry anymore. He touched it gently and remembered. This scratch is the line where my pride ended, and my humanity began. Final message to the viewer. Sometimes, life gives power and money to test a person's heart. If you use that power to crush others, one day, karma will stand in front of you. Always remember. A car can be fixed. A job can be replaced. But a human heart, once broken, is not easy to repair. If you were in Eli's place, would you forgive? And if you were in Mr. Kane's place, would you still shout over a scratch?